Welcome to System Shock 2. In this update, we better get ready to fight. And of course you can be sure that they jump and... Okay, so welcome to the Xerxes core. As you might have seen, be careful whenever you head back into this place because this is a gold mine for spawning enemies. So this is where we really want to go. We're now gonna tackle Operations D. This is the final section of ops that we have yet to explore, and here's the crystal shard into action. Yeah, those items were definitely worth being shot by a turret twice. But yeah, the crystal shard is hands down the best melee weapon of the entire game. It's about twice as strong than the wrench, and even on level 1, it's still more powerful than the laser sword. And if you'll fully level up the exotic weapon tree, then it will deal 75% more damage, which means that without any bonuses, it'll do 20 damage per swing. That will mean spiders will die in like 3 hits without bonuses. And we have a new weapon, which is the stasis field generator. And this one is broken, and it's pretty much a recurring theme whenever it comes to this weapon. For some reason, they're always broken, or pretty much in terrible shape. It's almost as if the designers didn't want you to use this weapon in the first place because, truth be told, it's not a very good weapon. It's the middle weapon of the heavy weapons tree, and it doesn't deal any damage to enemies. Instead, you run headfirst into danger. But yeah, what it does is freezing enemies for a very short time. And yeah, it's not as exciting as you think. And more so if we compare it to the grenade launcher, which is fantastic.
Bronson knows. Won't let her undo the work we've done. Wired up a surprise for her. Anybody approaching Sim Unit 3 will feel sorrow. So much sorrow.
Let me through you, door. Okay, that was a pretty close one. I'm not gonna let that happen for 2 updates in a row, and yeah, whenever you don't think you have enough time to land the killing blow to the hybrid, don't hesitate to hide behind a wall, because whenever you do so, the grenade hybrid will not throw its grenades at you. So going back to the crystal shard, it's a fantastic melee weapon, and the only reason why I'm still keeping the laser rapier is that the crystal shard deals half damage to robots, which means that the laser rapier still is the go-to weapon in that instance. And we get an expert tech implant, which is a really nice implant because whenever it's equipped, it boosts your hack, repair, and modify skill by 1, but it won't help you meet the minimum requirements in order to perform tasks. But if you're having trouble doing certain tasks like shutting down security and other stuff like that, this may give you the edge that you need.
This is Xerxes. At 0200, there will be a poetry reading by Protocol Unit T892/2 in the Deck 5 Commons area. Please bring any authorized material that you wish to be read by T892/2.
I for one would like to see the works of 8-2/2 or whatever his name is. So we are pretty close to Sim Unit 3, and Malik said that whoever approaches it will feel sorrow. I'm not too sure what he meant by that, but whenever we'll be done with the swarms, we're gonna be able to investigate it a little bit. And yeah, right now there's absolutely nothing that we can do in order to speed up the process of dealing with swarms, and I still want to check out those eggs because those Psi organs definitely are great. It's too bad that they're so rare that in order to find any, you pretty much have to find and look through every single egg. Okay, so maybe if I disable security, the bad thing that was announced by Malik will not happen? Fuck you, Malik. You horrible asshole. Why will you do this? All in all, this game really is not for the arachnophobic because holy shit. But hey, at least one of the spiders was kind enough to bring an antitoxin hypo alongside. Thanks, Malik!
This is Xerxes. At 0200, there will be a poetry reading by Protocol Unit T892/2 in the Deck 5 Commons area. Please bring any authorized material that you wish to be read by T892/2.
Yeah, that sound clip plays twice because it has to play depending on whichever ladder you decided to take down to Sim Unit 3. Alright, come here, you little bastard. Yeah, you definitely start fearing monkeys a whole lot more when you get to this deck. Those fireballs mean business. There's a spider nearby. When you hear spiders, definitely get your good weapons out and ready to go, because you always don't want any of these to ambush you. These are the last enemies that you want to be attacked by surprise. And finally, they never give you anything good.
Don't stop, Rebecca. Keep moving. Get to the escape pods on the command deck. We'll take off, set the toaster to wake us up in 30 years, and we'll be back on Earth before you know. A toaster built for two, baby. That's our next stop. Sound good? So let's do it. I won't take any excuses.
Wow, there really aren't good alternative for anything into this situation. You either die on this spaceship, or you spend 30 years in space traveling. So, Grandpa, tell us about your travels in space! Yes, I spent 30 years in a box, and that was the greatest thing in the world. There really isn't anything good that will come out of this in the end. Also, this is the weirdest firing range ever, because you find the ammunition inside the place where the targets are. So, essentially, my theory on this is that you have to stay inside the firing range, and you have to shoot the shooters that are trying to kill you. So it's not really a firing range, it's just about learning how to survive. Also, you probably noticed that the crystal shard has a much wider swing than the range. So yeah, every single time you get to the bottom end of this room, you're just gonna be ambushed by those two shotgun hybrids. And sometimes it can get pretty weird, because the hybrids will enter the room, and if they fail to see you, then they will just give up and just wait for you outside, which is pretty much the weirdest ambush that you can have. Alright, time to get our hacking abilities handy, because this is one replicator that I'll especially want to hack.
Replicator database reinitialized.
Thank you for choosing value wrap.
So we get the recycler, and that is the reason why I wanted to hoard all of this ammo that I'm never gonna use, because this is where it's finally gonna have a use, because you can do this with the recycler. It allows you to transform unneeded items into nanites. So those 200 bullets, they're transformed at like 1 nanite each, and because I have so much of them, then I get a whole lot of nanites. So right now, I'm never gonna run out of them, because at this point, I'm just gonna pick up any ammo that I come across, and I will turn it into money. This is especially useful whenever you do a psionic playthrough, because you'll usually want to get rid of the... That frickin' jerk just gave me a heart attack, and he's probably gonna give me an attack period because I'm pretty much about to die. Okay, so I guess that's one way to win the fight if the robot gets stuck inside the door. So yeah, these are the security bots, and they will replace the maintenance bots from now on, because, well, the maintenance bots got a little bit too easy, so let's up the ante a little bit more. And those jerks are the perfect way in order to do it. They have a laser cannon that deals a lot of damage to you because they deal energy damage, they have a whole lot more hit points, and well, okay, I forgot that I had adrenaline on. When you melee turrets like this, you better put Pyro Field on before because it will protect you against their exploding damage. But for some reason, that doesn't work against robots exploding. Alright, that's gonna be fun. A hybrid, a monkey, and a security bot. Honestly, I'd rather explode with the robot instead of having to brave its lasers, because they are that damaging. If I didn't have power armor on, I'd probably die to them in like 3 or 4 shots. Ah, come on, I don't have time to chase you all day. Let's make this quick. He probably didn't expect me to come that quickly.
I am pleased. Transmitting cybernetic modules. Do not squander them.
So we have the final sim unit, and now we just have to find the final machine. Oh my goodness. I can't really say I'm a huge fan of those massacre scenes, but this time it's the security of the ship which got massacred. I guess the bright side of it is that I've got a better working laser pistol.
You listen to me, you little bitch. Either you disband that little toy army of yours, or some real military is gonna come down there and walk all over your redicops. You can't possibly understand what our mission is here and the glory of our purpose. If you do what we say, you might have a chance to see the glory of humanity. Comply or die, sister. It's that simple.
They've killed my men, and now they've killed me. I'm holding my guts inside of me with both hands. I'm almost done. Resist! This is bigger than my little life. The lives of my men, and the lives of the people I was forced to kill. Resist! Humanity demands it. Resist!
This is Xerxes. Primary data loop infiltrated. Primary data loop infiltrated.
You have accomplished much for a thing of such small consequence.
Warning.
Now proceed to the recreation deck. Do not dawdle. I lust for my revenge.
There is nothing that is going to bring all of these people back. But at least I can make sure that all of these disgusting aliens are out of this ship forever. So we are done with our task onto this deck, but we're still not done exploring because we have to go into those weird chambers that I'm not really sure what it's for. Is it in order to prevent corpses from escaping, or... But at least we get a new implant out of the deal, which is shaped like a brain. Uh-oh. Are we gonna get out of here? Because I really don't want to die here. There's nothing that I can do in order to bust this out. Okay, so now time for an embarrassing story. Back when I first played this game, I never figured out that in order to escape, you had to break this fuse box which is up there. Instead, I brought a grenade launcher to this room, will blow myself up, and then respawn to the bioreconstruction machine. Hooray for technical abilities! Also, that's pretty weird. I went through pretty much all of the deck and I didn't find out a security card for this room, so what is it good for? We don't have two activation keys? Nope. Better ignore the surgical unit then. Also, finally worms. It's really annoying whenever you have a whole lot of beakers, especially half beakers lying around, and you have to pretty much get rid of all of them. And I always forget about this log.
I've authorized a change in the access code for the auxiliary weapons lockup in the crew quarters of Med-Sci-Deck to 98383. I won't have my own gear used against my men. There's no such thing as too cautious.
Yeah, you remember that one armory into the medical deck? Yeah, probably not. Okay, I guess that was halfway convenient. But it doesn't matter, however, that I lost pretty much the quarter of my health just surviving that fireball in the face. Honestly, whenever you play on impossible... Yeah, whenever you play on impossible difficulty, one of those fireballs is pretty much an instant death, because unless you poured a lot of points into endurance, you probably won't be able to survive any shots from them.
If we can reprogram the sim units and divert power to the transmitter on Deck 5, my new friend will be able to regain control of the primary data loop from Xerxes. She, it, says that will let us use the bridge elevator and take control of the ship.
Yep, I'm one step ahead of you for a change, Delacroix. So I guess that the next stop will be Deck 5 in order to see what this transmitter is about. And yeah, I know I'm forgetting a room right now, but I'll be back to it later, I promise. But in the meantime, we have some cyber modules to spend. And what better way to further develop our psionic character than with our before last point in the psionic ability. Now, is there any psi ability that I want in here? Not for the time being. In the meantime, I'm just gonna flush out all of my modules on exotic weapons, so that my crystal shard gets even stronger. Additionally, with 4 points of exotic weapons, I will be able to equip the next weapon in the weapons tree, but we won't see it for a while. And yeah, obviously I'm going back to this one room because I forgot all about it somehow. It's another sleeping quarter kind of place.
As of this time, I'm declaring a state of martial law on the Von Braun. All primary subsectors of the ship will be locked down and only accessible by security access cards. If anybody is found to be interfering with the normal operations of the ship or impedes the work of the security forces, they will be shot on the spot.
Also, by declaring martial law, I must have a huge echo. But yeah, I really love these rooms because looting all of these lockers is... Okay, it's really fun until you decide to utterly not pay attention to anything else and decide to get intoxicated by eggs. While Pyrofield may not be a viable investment into higher difficulties, holy hell it's fun having this ability whenever you deal with worms. Just kills everything without you having to do anything. Also, even when they're sleeping, they just cannot have a facial expression that seems rested. Also, I missed an item back when I got into Sim Unit 3. Yeah, there's a friendship steam device right here, and I forgot all about it because I was too busy dodging a million of spiders. And so we're done, but before we can be fully finished with this portion of the ship, we're gonna take a trek back to the chemical storeroom in order to finish researching our implant that looks like a brain. I'm gonna try ignoring most things, but unless that I'm hearing things that resemble spiders or hybrids, yeah, I might as well stop running because they will follow me all the way inside the chemical storeroom, and I don't really want them to interfere with my research. And with my increase in psi points, I can kill pretty much any enemy in the game in only one hit whenever I swing my melee weapon, because this is how powerful adrenaline production is. So we need some copper for our research, here we go, so we can go all the way back to the central core. And yeah, before you wonder, I took the scenic route in order to go back, but in the meantime, our research is done. So this implant is used in order to right-click on a pile of worms in order to heal yourself. and if I remember correctly, this will allow you to heal 10 hit points whenever you do that. It also removes the pile of worms permanently, so this might be handy if you keep stepping in them, but in overall, this is the kind of implant that you'll only equip whenever you'll need healing and find the pile of worms that you'll want to heal yourself with. So we're all the way back to Deck 2, the medical section, because we now have the code in order to open the armory, and it's time to finally see what's behind the door. Okay, for some reason the sub-armory looks much bigger and much further furnished than the actual armory of the ship, which was on Deck 4. We find another assault rifle here, but the particularity with this one is that it will never break. And yeah, that is not something that you will figure out by looking at it. Essentially, you pretty much have to go look in the files of the game to ever know that. And we got some first aid kits and batteries. All in all, it definitely was worth the trip. Oh yeah, there also was a stasis field generator, which actually was working, but it's not really anything to be excited about, even if I had the ability to use heavy weapons. So we're done with Deck 4. We are finally done with ops, and it's time for us to have fun, because our next stop into our journey will be Deck 5, the Recreation Deck.